The family already here in the U.S. is headed to the tri-state.
Though not a typical destination for Afghan families seeking refuge, Brad Underwood shows us how people here are going out of their way to help.
The United States is evacuating thousands of people from Afghanistan every day. 19,000 in the last 24 hours alone, 82,000 since August 14th. That includes a family of 8 who will soon call Cincinnati home.
They are already here in the U.S. They were part of these initial groups that were evacuated within the last week or so.
Now the work to help transition the family picks up for Annie Scheid and Catholic Charities of Southwest Ohio.
We're securing the housing for them so they know they're going to have a place to live when they get here. They do get, just like refugees, they do get a bit of a stipend, so to speak.
But unlike most of the refugees the agency typically helps, this family is different. They're coming to the U.S. with a special immigrant visa, one only available to people working for and assisting the U.S. government and military in Iraq and Afghanistan.
They get the opportunity to apply for this visa as, I guess in a sense, compensation for the risks that they've taken to support our efforts in their countries.
The family has no ties to Cincinnati, but that doesn't seem to matter to the people here.
We couldn't do this work without the community, and it's really underscored, I think, something that we all know, which is that Cincinnati really is a welcoming community.
Brad Underwood, Local 12 News.
Airbnb is planning to put up thousands of Afghan refugees. The company's CEO says it will house 20,000 refugees at no charge. Airbnb corporate will foot the bill through contributions and donations to its refugee fund.
For Afghans living in the United States, watching what is unfolding there is difficult at best. It's certainly terrifying, though, for those who still have family and friends there.
Yeah, David Winter sat down with one of those families and is now back in studio. And David, you were talking to Kyle and I earlier about this family. Just an incredible story.
Yeah, so many of these families have incredible stories to tell, Paula. For the Ahmads, who are now safe in the United States, their good fortune is bittersweet because so many of their family are still trapped in Kabul.
Then we moved from Afghanistan here to save my family and my kids and myself.
Manzoor Ahmad met with us at his home in Liberty Township. Now 45, he remembers well what life was like prior to 2001 when the U.S. landed in Afghanistan. He says the Taliban ruled with an iron fist and there was no organized government and few schools or rights, especially for women. But after the U.S. arrived to hunt down those responsible for the 9/11 attacks, things, he says, immediately improved. Still, especially in the smaller villages, he says the Taliban committed atrocities.
And they killed the kids, and they pulled his arm from the kids.
So Manzoor and his family, because of his work with the U.S. military as a truck mechanic for 15 years, they were able to come to the United States in 2017. He says he does not understand when people say the U.S. owes anything to the Afghan people.
I'm never going to say that, hey, we help the United States on Afghanistan. No, this is our country. They help us over there, and this is our Afghan people's job to fix our country. We can figure it out for our country.
And another thing Manzoor is thankful for, just 2 weeks ago, after 3 years of trying, his son-in-law, his oldest daughter's husband, was able to catch a plane to the United States 1 day before the Taliban retook Kabul. But Manzoor still has his father, mother, and 4 sisters and brothers stuck in Kabul. He called his dad while we were visiting. We asked whether his father feared for his life.
Some hardship, indeed hardship. The people know over there his son is on the United States and also he worked with the American. His life is going to be on a threat. It's going to be on a dangerous.
So what's he going to do?
He's going to be staying right now. I mean, they can't do anything over there. Have to be do for them something, but I don't know how it's going to be possible this.
Yes, Manzoor fears the worst for his parents and especially his brothers, who both worked with the Americans during the occupation. We'll keep on top of their story and we will report back to you. Incidentally, my entire interview with Manzoor is on our website. Just look for this story under news. Paula?
Thank you, David. It's been so powerful hearing these stories through people in the tri-state. And we just received word regarding another Afghan family that we introduced you to last week. David interviewed via telephone an Afghan man who was trapped in Kabul with his wife and 2 daughters. It was so crazy to just see you talking to someone overseas just on the phone like that through here. Now we can now share his name and his face. Both Bashir Nader and his wife had worked with Americans, so he was fearing for their lives. And we just got word he and his family boarded an American C-17 taking off from Kabul to Dubai. They just relocated today to Abu Dhabi, and they say they are hoping to make it to the United States within the next year or so.